So as some of you might know, I've spent a great deal of my time trying to learn how I could get with women, how I could make them fall for me, and how I could help other guys do the same thing. It was a big passion of mine. And at some point I realized that very act of chasing that, the very act of chasing girls, was what was keeping me from feeling good enough as I was in that moment. What I thought would give me worthiness was what was keeping me from feeling worthiness in that moment. You see, when we are very young kids, babies actually, and growing up, we have our parents and we are dependent on them with our lives. If they don't give us love, we will literally die when we are babies. And so if we have a parent that fail to take care of us in the way that we need them to take care of us, if we have a parent that neglect us, being a young baby, our minds can't comprehend the situations. Our mind can't understand that maybe our parents is not a very good person, that maybe our parents are very flawed, maybe our parents is a drug addict. Our minds wouldn't be able to comprehend that. So instead, what happens when they fail to take care of us in the way that we are needing them to take care of us, if they fail to give us the love that we need as babies, what will happen is that our minds will tell us that, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I need to change something about myself to be able to get the love that I need from them, even though that's a birthright in a way to get that love, that's solely reliant on them, that's their responsibility. Our minds start thinking that we need to change, that we aren't good enough the way we are to get their love, and so it creates a deep trauma of not being good enough inside of us, of unworthiness. And as cliche as that is, it's very true. And so we start growing up in life with this feeling inside of us. Now when we get older, this feeling will remain, even though the memory of how it started, or even the fact that even the idea that we once didn't experience it, that idea might be gone completely and we might not have no clue why we feel that way. But the feeling of unworthiness is still inside of us. And when our minds then tries to understand that feeling, to make sense of it, it starts searching for the reasons why we have that feeling. So naturally, it projects those ideas out to the outside world around us, instead of realizing that it's a feeling within. And even if we logically know, oh, it's just inside of me, that doesn't change the fact that it's emotionally feeling like, oh, there's these things that I need to do, because that feeling has stuck with us since we were very young. So what that might look like is, maybe if I have more belly fat than the other kids around me, I might start attaching that unworthiness to being fat, to being obese, and I might thinking that's part of me, and if only I was skinny, then I would feel good enough about myself. And so one thing is that now I'm identifying as being fat, which discourages me, disempowers me from taking actions that would lead me to become skinny or get in shape again, because that's not what a fat person would do. And since I'm identifying as being fat, then that's not what I would do. And so I'm very discouraged from taking those actions. Or in my case, if I'm attaching my unworthiness to, oh, I'm not able to get the girls that I want into my life. So now I'm identifying as the guy who can't get girls into my life, which means that it's harder for me to actually attract girls into my life. But more than that, now I am reinforcing the idea of my unworthiness, because I'm starting to chase something outside of me. I'm starting to chase that thing that I can't have. And every time I'm chasing it, I'm communicating to myself, I'm not worthy, I need to get this, I'm moving into scarcity instead of abundance. Scarcity being that I need to have something that I don't have enough of this. I'm unworthy, I need to be worthy, I need to get this into my life. Constantly communicating to myself, I need to have them to feel good about myself. Reinforcing that feeling of not being good enough. Or in the same way, if I'm trying to lose weight and I'm fat, oh, I'm fat, I need to be skinny, I'm not good enough, I'm fat, and I'm starting to feel more shame about who I am, which means that I'll probably be feeling even more discouraged to actually get the things that I want into my life. Now, the very pursuit of those things are often keeping us from doing the things that will naturally make us feel a sense of worthiness and sense of self-love. Like staying true to our core beliefs, to our values, staying true to the integrity that we have within ourselves about doing the stuff that we know is right and important. Because when we see a chance to get that thing, when I see a chance to get that girl that will make me feel complete, that I think will make me feel complete, that I think will make me finally feel worthy, when I see a chance to get her, to get that, then I'll be so desperate for it because my worthiness is so reliant on it. And if I don't feel worthy about love, I will feel so shitty. It's such a strong and powerful emotion that I will be able to push aside anything to get it. And so my values, my beliefs, my integrity with myself, with others, with the people that I care about, I'll throw them aside to get that thing. I'll throw aside my respect for myself. I'll neglect how I treat myself, my self-talk, just to please her, to get her to like me, which then makes me feel so much more shitty about myself that now I'm even more desperate to continuously getting them, because now I feel even shittier. So I really need to get that thing that I think will make me feel worthy. Or if I'm fat and I think that I really need to be skinny, and so I'm starting to be skinny but I'm still a little bit fat, so I start self-hating even more, like, oh, and then I eat a cookie and now I feel even more shitty about myself, but I just really needed that cookie because I'm so upset and I'm so hurt by not being good enough, by being fat. And so I'm just fueling that shame that will make me need to stick to those behaviors that will increase my fat percentage, and those negative things that aren't treating my body nicely, that are negative and has a negative effect on me and my body. Meanwhile, I forget to take care of the root of the problem, which is an internal thing. I forget to take care of the internal feeling of not being good enough, because I get so caught up in getting the things that I really want, that I think will finally make me feel enough. And that's not to say that those things are bad. If you're coming from a place of being fat and you are taking actions, that you are motivated, that you're driven to finally get skinny, and you're able to accomplish that, you're able to get to the fat percentage that you decide, or to lose a few pounds, that's amazing. And it might make you feel really good about yourself, because you are finally proving to yourself that that belief of you always being fat was a lie. You might be able to finally break those limiting beliefs. Or if you are very shy and you've never been with a girl, you maybe never kissed a girl, and you've never experienced a girl liking you, finally seeing the proof in real life that a girl can like you can be insanely empowering, and just crushing all those limiting beliefs that you have around yourself and around the world. That will make you feel empowered, that will make you feel happy and excited for life, because you don't have to live that sad life that you always envisioned yourself living. And that's incredible. But in the pursuit of those things, don't forget that what's even more important is how you feel about yourself, and that yourself are way more important than anything that you can get into your life, whether it be money, whether it be a body that you think that you need to get, whether it be girls, whether it be a job, whatever the case is. Treating yourself with respect and love and care is so much more empowering and important in the long run, and you are way more important than anything that you can ever get into your life. You are more important and valuable than what you think you need to be and what you think you need to get. Like, you don't need to neglect yourself to get any of those things. You might need to push your boundaries, you might need to sacrifice your comfort zone, you might need to sacrifice your ego, but you don't need to sacrifice who you are, you don't need to sacrifice your core beliefs. And if you think that you need to do that, then, and you are doing that on a continuous basis, then you are doing it from a place of scarcity, a place of needing to get that into your life, and you are not able to do it in a way where it will positively impact your life. So it's really about making that shift from thinking, how can I get those things to be good enough, to what do I want to do since I'm already enough. If you want to take the actions of going out and meeting girls, that's fucking fantastic. If you think that treating yourself with love and care and respect is talking to that girl that you've been scared to talk to, that's fucking incredible and empowering, and will make you feel so empowered and connected and happy about yourself after you've done it. If you want to lose weight because you know that's the right way to treat your body, that's perfect. But if you're doing it from the wrong place, it can be way more damaging than beneficial. And then it's way more important to you remind yourself, hey, I don't need to do that to feel good enough. I can already feel enough as I am right now. Because that's the fundamental truth. The truth is that you're already perfect, worthy, complete, and amazing. And treating yourself that way might often be to take the right actions. But those same actions, the exact same actions, can be wrong if they're coming from the wrong place. So be mindful of that and take those actions out of a way of staying true to yourself, instead of taking those actions as a way to showing the world that you are good enough, as proving something, as needing something in your life. And at the end of the day, it's a fucking complicated world, and often we might get entangled with doing stuff out of the wrong reasons, even though that we shouldn't, or we know that we should feel better about ourselves, but we don't. And that's perfect and okay, and that's the way this journey is, you know. But reminding ourselves that when we're in a really bad place, when we feel really negative and we just want to fix that uncomfortable, sad feeling inside, then reminding ourselves of this truth, I think, is important and powerful, and can really be the only paradigm that you need to shift in order to start enjoying life again, in order to start enjoying doing things, instead of feeling sad and depressed and unworthy about the things that you want to be doing, about the actions that you want to be taking. So I hope that landed with you. If it did, please do let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, please do subscribe. I would highly appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Remember to stay true to you.